Welcome to Spiritual Rebirth Tarot. I'm Madelyn. So nice to have you here. So today I would like to do the weekly relationship reading. And I have a spread that I truly enjoy. It has 9 cards. How you view your partner, how your partner views you, your needs, your partner's needs, current state of relationship, path you would like your relationship to follow, the path your partner would like to see your relationship to follow, aspects of your relationship to consider, advice to look at, and the outcome of the relationship. So this relationship spread I really love. It has great energy in the past that I have done. And I'm going to do this 3 times in 3 different groups. And there'll be a timestamp. So basically, I'm going to try to do chapters. So you'll be able to go to, chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3. So the main thing in picking one of these groups, group A, B, or C, is to really spend time in meditation, asking the divine to come to you and guide you on which one of these readings is going to be for the relationship you're thinking of. Now, it might be that you'll look at one token and you'll be like, oh, that's this relationship. Another token, well, that's for that relationship. I love relationships. On the other hand, we have all kinds of relationships in our life. So most often I try to do a relationship in a way that is just a relationship, whether it's a love or not. But I am going to bring some of my love cards into it. So at the beginning we'll have an oracle card for the love relationship. And so I'll deal with it first as a love relationship. And then as we're pulling the cards and looking at things in the big spread, I'll just be talking about a relationship in general and asking for that in general. It could be love, it could be otherwise for you. And sometimes one will come out more one way than another. The other thing, and so you might want to watch a different one if it's not resonating with you quite right. Now please, if it does resonate at all, hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel, because I love to have more subscribers so we can have more people be able to share in the beautiful messages that come out to us. And then in the extended, I'm going to ask some questions like, how does your partner, and it'll be more romantic, how does your partner think about you, feel about you? What secrets need to come out, how the world sees you, so kind of like the illuminated and the dark. And then, what do you think, what do you feel? Because sometimes I get confused myself, and kind of that connection. So in the extended, which will be on Vimeo, which is below, we'll be answering some of those questions. Okay, so there's going to be 3 different groups. The first group, this is the energies of the group. So there's the beautiful stone here. It's just set here in the silver aqua color. You can see all the patterns. Okay, so that's A. And B is a stone from Africa, some gold flecks in it, blue with gold flecks. That's B, the energies of B. And C is a medallion, which is a protection medallion that I have a couple in my home. They are filled with protection energy, and then I also like to fill them with Reiki energy for protection. So energy of the protection medallion. So we have those 3 groups, A, B, and C, and those energies. And so we'll do each one of those. So we will see you at the group of your choice. All right, so let's begin with Group A. Okay, let's begin with Group A. So I'd like to start with the energies of the Whispers of Love. I love this this deck, and it's really great because it's not just useful for romantic relationships, but it's really any kind of relationship that you're dealing with, in ways you may need to look at, because we're beings of love. We have love in all aspects of our life, and so this is a part of that. So the card that came up is Practice Compassion. See things from a fresh perspective. And so it's this girl, she's looking from a new perspective because of the way the light is shining in. So she's seeing kind of new energies and new direction. There's a lot of birds and butterflies and flowers in this card, and other like woodland type creatures. So let's take a look at, in this relationship, there's probably some compassion that needs to come out, some walking, in someone else's shoes. Everyone benefits when we try to look at things from someone else's perspective. Walking in someone else's shoes bring us to a tender understanding that may change how we are feeling now. Love and compassion always bring good outcomes. So if you are questioning anything in the outcome of this relationship, so if you are in a romantic relationship and you are struggling in some way, it could be that the two of you are kind of on different levels as far as how you see things. So, he may be seeing things one way, she may be seeing things another way. Each one of us has a little bit more of the divine feminine or the divine masculine in us, and we're learning to balance those out. And as we're doing that, we may have a completely different perspective than the other person on some things. So learning to walk in their moccasins, walk in their shoes, know how they are addressing life, looking from a new perspective will help us to have compassion. And so really having a compassionate nature in this relationship. And so as we move forward in this relationship, if it's a work relationship again, you might be struggling, you might be fighting or complaining about each other because you aren't really seeing things from the same perspective. You're saying the same thing, but in different ways. And so that can sometimes happen a lot. Or it could also be in the family, where you're the one person that no one else understands, or you are the person, you don't understand this one other person. And it's because you weren't able to see things from their perspective. When you can, that's when you start to have that compassion. So if we take a look at the spread here, I decided to use this new deck to me, which is the Archangel Power Tarot cards. And they're really a fascinating way of looking at things. I will have to say that this might be the best depiction of the Strength card I've ever seen. So I really like that. Raleigh Valentine is a starseed. I think he's a indigo child. His mother has done a lot of work with angels and angel healing. And he really has a very powerful perspective. And all these cards, instead of like the Ace of Swords, it's the Ace of Michael. Yeah, so it's like a Michael, Gabriel, Ariel, and what's the other one? We'll find it. So there's it's kind of not memorized for me yet, but there's these different archangels that kind of he put in with the instead of you know, swords, pentacles, wands, and cups. So I'm not going to worry so much about those as what the meanings of the cards that he has and the pictures on these cards in the reading. So I'm going to take a look more at that aspect than what the actual card is in the regular tarot. So when we're looking at the energies here, group 1, the underlying of the deck, the underlying energy is the Judgment card. And he has Archangel Jeremiah. So if you, you might want to look up 20 as a angel number. And then, you know, if you pick group A, look up 20 as an angel number. That'll help you understand this reading better. And also Archangel Jeremiah. Can you see the spelling there? Jeremiah. So he's looking down on these people who are kind of like newly rebirthed. They're coming, you know, back into the world for a new life and a new way of living. Starting a new life, finding your purpose, and forgiving and compassionate review of the past. So it brings up the word compassion again. So this relationship really needs a lot of compassion. This is saying a compassionate view of the past. So there may be things that you are kind of picking on about the past. Try to have as much compassion in your heart about those things. And that's what Jeremiah is there to help you with on this journey and in this relationship. So that's really great. Finding your purpose. So the aspect of finding your purpose, I do a life purpose, soul purpose reading, combining with North Node and numerology to kind of help you get some real direction with that. So you might take a look at that on Etsy. I have an account where you can order one of those readings. It's very thorough. It even has a written description with it. The reason, you know, when this says finding your purpose, so this relationship may need to have a look at the relationships North Node, the relationships numerology, the relationships path and direction. And especially if it's a either a parent or a lover, you might be, in order to move that relationship on or to have something better in the future, to have a new life, to look some at the purpose, the reason that it's here. And I know some of that is going to be compassion because that's come up twice already. So the first question for this spread is how you view your partner. So the partner in this relationship, the person you're thinking of, the way that you view them, it's the 10 of Gabriel. And the 10 of Gabriel comes with these energies of a lot of work and kind of like too much stress. It's basically the 10 of Wands. So ask your angels for helpful people to lighten your load, working too many hours or trying too hard to please others. So you might see this person either as a people pleaser, as a workaholic, somebody who just puts in too much stress and strain into their lives and doesn't really find the relaxation that they need. And so Gabriel is coming to you and saying, it's coming to them and saying, you know, lay down some of your burdens. And so some of this, it may be hard for you to look at somebody who, in your relationship, who's very much a workaholic, and you're like, I wish you'd spend more time with me. I wish you'd worry more about me. And what they're wishing is that someone would come and help lighten their load. Somebody would come and help them, you know, with all of the energy they're trying to put out. And they're really trying to be a people pleaser. And people pleasers oftentimes, you know, really feel like they need to be pleased as well, if they're not getting that. So that is how you view your partner. Your partner views you as this Ace of Michael. So he's, you know, he's standing up here. He's very big. He's tall. He's looking out over the world. He's kind of conquering it. And the description is a wonderful new idea. Don't allow bumps in the road to hinder your progress. Well, he's not allowing bumps to hinder his progress because he's flying above the clouds even, staying above all those little things that bother you, and clear communication problems with others. So very likely your partner sees you as someone that doesn't communicate that well, and that really struggles with kind of like whining and complaining about the little things in life. And maybe doesn't totally see that big picture of something great and new coming in. So they might see you as being a little too, you know, drawn into yourself, you know, looking at your problems and not communicating with them and what your needs are. So your needs are the Knight of Gabriel. And Gabriel is the Wands. And the Knight of Wands, if you're looking at a love relationship, really has to do with having passion, sexuality. You can see the orange here, you know, the color orange, the sacral chakra. Both, you know, passionate creativity and sexuality are both in that orange. And, you know, she's riding through the desert. She has a purpose. She has a goal. And so your needs are to go towards something, really go toward that goal. And you really want to focus your energies on what is important to you. And also to have a lot of passion and creativity in your relationship. Now, the person that you're with needs are the Nine of Ariel, Ariel is the Pentacles. And so the Nine of Pentacles is, you know, that woman standing amongst all the Pentacles in different categories. In this case, you know, Ariel is riding on a mythical creature, the unicorn, you know, under a beautiful mythical rainbow, you know, in a lot of ways. And you know, I think that they're really needing things to be a little bit magical in their relationships. Your dreams are fulfilled. Hard work leads to great success. So that's interesting. Your partner needs to be this workaholic, to work really hard, to work too hard, to strive and to grow. And that's really part of their needs. They need to succeed. And, you know, love for the beautiful things in life. So they might really need to succeed. They need to work hard, but they also do really enjoy the things of beauty. And so I see that as something that the two of you could connect on in compassion, because you are really charismatic about creative, passionate creativity, and they are passionate about beauty. And so you creating beauty will help them to create that passion that you need. So that's something that you guys could connect on, is that passion and beauty. So the current state of your relationship is the High Priestess. So, excuse me, it's Archangel Haniel. And I don't know all the different archangels yet. Powerful psychic instincts, reflection, and meditation that provides valuable information. Be at peace. So in some aspects, your relationship is very peaceful, and that's probably because of the lack of communication. So your partner is out working all the time, striving all the time, kind of carrying too much of a load. So they might be gone a lot in that effort. You aren't a very strong communicator. So in a lot of ways, the relationship can look very peaceful on the outside. And both of you may have some psychic abilities or instincts along those lines, and yet in that it's kind of a facade. It's like she's standing here. She's kind of standing in a facade. And yet in the end, you can see that there's something inside to be seen, something that you can't see. And so in the extended, when we talk about secrets, that might bring some of that stuff out. But I think overall, the current situation of the relationship is peace, but actually it needs kind of like more strife. It needs the communication. It needs to lay down the burdens. It needs the compassion. It needs to walk in each other's shoes. Because you see each other so differently, and you need to come together more. In order to do that, you're going to have to ramp up almost the disillusionment, the frustration, to get past all of that and to get into a more truly peaceful situation. So the path you would like your relationship to follow. So your goals for the relationship, what you'd really like to see in the relationship, is the King of Michael, which is the King of Swords. Principled, rational, ambitious, respected. Wisdom and objectivity are important now. Stay in your integrity, a situation that calls for honest and open communication. So your real goal and wish is to have more open communication, to have more openness and clarity and direction in the relationship. You can see the little path going through here with the beautiful flowers. So you really long for a mature type of relationship. It doesn't appear that you are really looking for much more romance. And that might be kind of faulty, because your needs are for more romance, and you're not really looking for it. And if it's not a romantic relationship, that you are in, having principled, rational, ambitious, and yet still you need to have more like passion and drive and creativity in the relationship that you have. And so I think that your plan for the relationship doesn't really take into account all of your needs. And then the path that your partner would like to see in this relationship is the Empress, Archangel Gabriel herself. Beautiful energy. Time to act upon your plans. Creativity is rewarded. Luxurious or abundant resources. So this person that you are in a relationship with is striving really hard and working really hard, because the path that they would like your relationship to take is toward more abundance and more luxury, more abundance, just having more things in this world. And remember that their need was really to have more kind of like mysticalness and that kind of thing. And so I think that they're a little bit closer with their needs and then the path they would like it to take. But I think that they aren't looking at the creativity. Instead, they are working too hard. And so some of the things that they're doing don't really bring out the things that they would really like to see, or the way they would like the relationship to go. And so aspects of your relationship to consider. Okay, the Two of Gabriel, which is the Two of Wands. Make bold and ambitious choices. Great progress is possible. Important relationships with people who share your vision. Oh, interesting. Okay, so to get this compassion, to see each other's perspective, you're going to have a shared vision. And so many times, you know, because I personally am horrible at communication in a relationship. I don't know how many times I haven't actually said to the person, this is what I would like in the relationship. This is what I need. This is where I would like this relationship to go. You know, whether it's, you know, in work or in family or in love life, you know, really expressing the vision. And so I think for your relationship to kind of succeed and go to the next level, as you both want to do, is to have like a shared vision, a shared direction in this relationship. Make bold and ambitious choices. So there may be some boldness that this person will need to take to set aside some of their burdens, spend a little more time with you, and listen to a little more what your needs are. And for you, to have the boldness in expressing, you know, what your needs really are, what your drive is, and, you know, how to get there. And so the outcome of the relationship is the Magician. Isn't that like the best card for a relationship? So it's a beautiful relationship. It has a lot of potential. It's just that both of you are kind of living in your own worlds right now. If, you know, if this is the love relationship that you're thinking of, you know, it's time for the two of you to just say the things that you haven't said, and come together in this beautiful, you can manifest the life you want. What you need will magically appear. Successful beginnings. And so on this Archangel Raziel, which is my favorite, he's the rainbow archangel. And so Archangel Raziel is the keeper of secrets. And it might be that some secrets need to come out. You know, secrets that are in your heart, secrets that are in their heart. And as they come out and as you tell your secrets to each other, you know, think of it this way. If the process of telling your secrets to each other, really bringing to the forefront the things that need to be said, the relationship ends, then it shouldn't have been in the first place. You know, if you lose the job, you know, it shouldn't have been there. I mean, it's not where you need to be. But if in sharing your heart and sharing your secrets and sharing your vision, sharing your direction, things open up in the relationship and expand, then you will be able to manifest the life that you want together. So as far as major arcana cards coming to you, you have the Judgment card, the Magician, and the High Priestess. So all of these beautiful, the Magician and the High Priestess. So it's a very magical connection, a truly magical connection between you two. But so many times those are fraught with a little bit of a darkness and frustration. So this is the reading that we'll start with. And so in the extended, I want to continue on the story. And some of the things that we'll look at are, you know, what does this person think and what do they feel? What kind of secrets? And we talked about secrets several times. So definitely we'll ask about the secrets and some blocks that you may have, some advice from your higher self with that, and a little bit about your connection. Okay, so let's go on over to the extended and answer some more of those questions, Group A. It's so nice to have you here today, and blessings to you. Please take a look at the other videos on the channel. We have some great zodiac readings, astrology readings and things like that as well. Okay, take care, Group A. Welcome, Group B, to your reading. So you picked the blue stone from Africa with the gold flakes. And I would like to start with a card from this deck that I have, Whispers of Love. It's really great because, you know, so many times when we think of love, we think of that romantic relationship. And certainly, you know, all of us deserve it, and all of us will get it as we know that we deserve it, and we manifest it into our lives. And the main way to manifest is, you know, think happy thoughts, do things that you enjoy, and don't think all the time about whether or not you have someone, or you have the right person, or, you know, it's like Abraham Hicks says, it's not so much important who you have. Practice unconditional love for that person, and as you do that in your life, things will come about. So also, I think there comes a time when you have to empty your life, empty your experiences to let the new flow into you. So let's take a look at the energies of the card for the overall energies of the reading here for your relationship, Group B. So like I said, you know, if this doesn't resonate for you, try A or C, but also might be for different relationships that it might be the most resonating, meaningful. Again, resonating is how you feel in your heart as a reading is going on. There may be just 2 or 3 things that are said that you're like, wow, that just really meant something. So please, you know, hit a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Especially, you know, for resonate, you know, if things resonate, and also so you can get more of the readings that come out. So the card that we got is act as if your partner is here. Oh, interesting. 17. Whether you have someone in your life or not. Oh, that's what I was just talking about. Whether you have someone in your life or not, act as if they are with you, so you will always consider them. Wow. I love this kind of almost like peacock type effect. It's beautiful. And then the underneath is the Union of Hearts. So I think this relationship reading is going to be primarily romantic. You know, a love connection defies explanation. Okay. All right, let's take a look in the book. 17. See if there's any more messages for that card. So act as if your partner is here. So even when you're in a situation where you're alone, you don't have a partner, like I said, having those happy feelings, knowing that they're there, they're meant for you, really will help to manifest them into your life. Well, it's not 17. Oh, 37. The numbers, especially the 30s, are super hard to see on this one. If your actions and thoughts take someone else's feelings into account, you will be more aligned with a true relationship. If your partner is not with you yet, generate the feeling that they are already sharing life with you, with your special someone. This will change the way you feel and can alter your attitude and potential to attract them into your life. So you'll attract into your life what you are putting out. So if you're putting out that I'm always alone, that's what's going to happen for you. If you're putting out that you're with this beautiful person, then they'll be attracted to you. I know that seems a little crazy, but the people that naturally have these really great kind of magical lives, they do that without even hardly realizing that they, you know, visualize and actually feel those people in their lives before it happens. And maybe they've told you things like that, you know, like, oh, I really love this person, you know, this person who is coming to me. Okay, so if we look at this spread, it's a 9-card spread. So let me start by shuffling the cards and getting their energies ready for this Group B. Put some Reiki energy into the deck. Okay, so these cards are from this new deck to me, Archangel Power Tarot cards. And I find that they have pretty powerful messages. So instead of, you know, like swords and wands and cups and pentacles like we usually have, there are different archangels that come to give these messages. Okay, so let's take a look at these energies. The first question is how you view your partner. Okay, so the underneath of the deck is the Nine of Ariel, which is basically the Nine of Pentacles. And so she comes to your life, you know, full of opportunities and enjoyment. It's kind of interesting that her rainbow is basically pink. Instead of like, you know, red, orange, yellow, it's like pink, yellow, and a little bit of green. So it's kind of like a unicorn rainbow, and that's what she's riding, as a unicorn. It has a lot of, so this relationship that we're talking about has a lot of mystery and fun and romanticness. Your dreams are fulfilled, hard work leads to great success, a love for the beautiful things in your life. So you guys have worked hard, you've had great success, and this is a really special relationship for you. So remember that this card says, even if this relationship is still the vision in your mind, you know, this is a relationship that you have. And the underneath of the deck was, you know, there's really a lot of beauty in these love relationships. So it said, the union of hearts, love connection defies explanation. So this connection really defies explanation. There might be things about it that defy those explanations, like, you know, anywhere from, you know, I guess the first thing I thought of was like, you know, a same-sex relationship that typically hasn't been that case in your past, but this time you're like, wow, we're just really meant for each other. Or you may have come into a situation where, you know, you are quite a bit older than this person or quite a bit younger. And yet the years on this earth just don't seem as important as who you are in your soul family. And so in some ways, you know, this relationship is defying explanation, or it could be a racial difference within the relationship. So your dreams are fulfilled. So in other words, you know, we are saying, you know, even if you're still in the dreaming state, you know, feeling that they're already fulfilled, that it's already happened, is the thing that will really help this relationship progress. So because of those two cards, we may be looking for some people at a relationship that still isn't actually in your life, but they're coming, and it has like that beautiful energy. So the first question is, you know, the first card is how you view this person that you're in a relationship with, and it's the High Priestess. So you almost kind of stand apart, and you think it's just an amazing personality. So, you know, whether they're older or younger, male or female, you know, any color of the rainbow, you are stepping back and you're just looking at them with awe. They're just larger than life to you. They're balanced, they're full of energy and beauty, powerful psychic insights, reflection, and meditation that provides valuable information, and be at peace. So there's somebody that you feel is really bringing peace and love to your heart and your life. You know, both of you have these psychic ability. Maybe it's even somebody that you're connected to psychically, but you still haven't actually met. But, you know, in that realm, the 5D realm, you have a very strong relationship with this person. And so, you know, that psychic ability is really important to you guys. And then also this, you know, spending time in reflection and meditation pulls this into you. So you see them as kind of like this larger than life, a wonderful person that has come into your life. So the way that they view you is the Two of Swords. Two of Michael. It will all be better if you just make a decision over analyzing a problem, find a compromise. Okay, so they see you as somebody who still hasn't really made up your mind about some things. Maybe some things in your life, and maybe about them. Maybe you have multiple partners, or you have had multiple partners in the past, and so maybe you are in another committed relationship, and you're looking at this relationship, you know, as the dream relationship to you, but you are kind of in another place. And so this person looks at you and says, come on, make a decision. You know, move forward. Don't hold back any longer. You know, they're looking at you and saying, you know, yes, this 5D is great, but I'd much rather have a 3D relationship with you. Find a compromise. You know, find a way to come together and to compromise in this relationship. So the next question is, what are your needs? So your personal needs, Page of Gabriel, so which is the Page of Wands. So the page is usually a young type of energy, so you may be the young one in this relationship. And you might be the one that has the more of the passion and the fire and the energy in the relationship. Energetics is, the first word is energy. Energetic, brave, optimistic, and playful. So you, your needs are to have a lot of energy and play and fun. Bring a lot of youthfulness and enjoyment into your life. Follow your passion. You are ready for any challenge, opportunities for excitement and adventure. So your needs are to have adventure and excitement, all of these kind of like fire energy type things, especially Sagittarius, you know, type energies in your life. You're really looking for this bravery and energeticness, and those are your needs, not just in this relationship, but just in your life in general, and to have kind of a sense of wonder. Okay, so their needs are the Queen of Ariel. So it's much, much more mature and a lot more, you know, passion in the sense of like a romantic type nature. So the Queen of Ariel is the Queen of, no, I think, yeah, the Queen of Ariel is the Queen of Pentacles. It's kind of that ultimate female energy. So remember, you can have the female energy and be a male. So this person could be a male, it could be a female that you're thinking of. The biggest thing about this person is they do have a lot of feminine energy. Nurture yourself and those you love. An ability to make anything more beautiful, practical, and wise advice. And the Queen of Pentacles is a wonderful leader. She's very abundant. You can see here in this picture, she's just living in opulence. And so this person, they need opulence, they need luxury. They may be a Taurus, you know, somebody who really needs that, the fineness, the fine clothes, the fine life. And a lot of their needs are based around, you know, having this very much of a 3D abundance in their life. Mature, practical, generous, and happy. So they're mature. They may be the older one in this relationship. They're mature, they're generous. You know, they love to give what they have. They have a lot and they have a lot to give. You know, they need happiness, you need playfulness. So your needs are somewhat similar, but yet they're a little different. Yours are more fiery, fun, energetic, let's go see the world kind of energy. And theirs is like more of mature, I'm in my home, I'm in my place, and I love where I am. So your current state, the current state of this relationship. So this connection, this relationship, what is the current state of that? It's the King of Gabriel. Excuse me. That's a great energy to have. So the King of Wands. The King of Gabriel is generous, inspirational, dramatic, and driven. Keep your eyes on the big picture. Leave the details to others. Experience that leads to success. Genuine concern for others. So your relationship really has a lot of maturity and depth and love and passion for each other, and a real sense of giving and generosity to each other. It can be a little dramatic, you know, so a little over the top sometimes. It could be, you know, especially if it's one of these 5D relationships where you're going over time and space. It could be that the maturity of the relationship comes from past life soulmate connections and ancestral connections and things like that. You know, a lot of fiery passion in your connection, generosity, inspiration, experience. So, like I said, a lot of the, you know, it may be experienced in the sense that you've been around a long time for this relationship, but it might also be that both of you come from a state of having experienced each other before and bringing that to a new level in this new relationship in this lifetime. So, the path that you would like your relationship to follow. So where you'd like to see this relationship headed. And oh, it's the star, Archangel Jophiel. It's beautiful. The star is the Aquarius energy. It's a beautiful energy. Look at in her background. See how she's holding those cups and pouring the water. She's pouring, you know, she has so much. She just doesn't even need to pay attention. A dream come true. Believe in yourself. The end of a difficult situation. So where you would like to see this relationship go is dream fulfillment. And that's kind of this concept that even if this person isn't actually in your life, they're the dream of your life. They're the star, they're the hope, they're the longing. They're the Aquarius of your life. The person that you are longing for, the relationship that you're longing for, the dream that you have developed, the vision that you have created. And so where they would like to see the relationship headed, the path that your partner would like the relationship to follow is the Three of Michael, which is the Three of Swords. Interesting. Release the past. You will grow from the situation. Time heals all wounds. They're looking for healing. They're looking for a path to healing from their past in this relationship. And Michael will come to you and heal you. They've been through some really hard times. They've been through a lot of pain in other relationships. Probably what's keeping this from becoming a reality as soon as it is because of the pain that they've dealt with in the past. And they're looking for this relationship as a way to help them to heal. You know, and the thing is that grief is not limited to, you know, to death or to breakups, but it could also be the loss of a job, the loss of a business, the loss of a career, the loss of an income, you know, a bankruptcy. So many things can be that grief. You know, it's funny, I'm going through a lot of those things, and it's like you have the loss of a business, bankruptcy, and divorce all in the same year. Can be a lot. And so I often say that I'm going through the three big towers at the same time. But in a way, it's actually the three swords piercing your heart. And there, you know, in this relationship, this person is looking for healing. And what they might be disappointed because, you know, Michael is a place for healing. God comes to us and gives us healing. You know, the angels, the ourselves coming and comforting, giving healing. But probably our relationships, we need to have moved past and grown past and healed our hearts before we find that relationship that's really beautiful and magical, like what is wanted here. And so the aspects that you need to consider, the Two of Raphael, which is the Two of Cups. It's beautiful. Two hearts dedicated to creating something wonderful. Kindle spirits. Don't give up on those you love. So the thing to consider in this relationship is that even when things seem a little tough, they seem a little hard, they seem a little distant, whatever it may be, you know, you almost see them as two beings in a spiritual journey coming together and feeling that connection of the hearts and the heart chakra. In the background, there's like one of those symbols for health, doctors. So the aspect to think about is that, you know, when you're feeling a little discouraged, or you might wonder, you know, where things are going, or are they going to be okay? You are there, you are connected, and things are working out for you guys. And the outcome of the relationship is new beginnings. So, I guess this is a relationship where you have been in the 5D and you're moving into the 3D. Here you are moving into this more, this place with the Judgment card. Archangel Jeremiah, number 20, new beginnings. Starting a new life, finding your purpose, a forgiving and compassionate review of the past. You know, it's interesting because Group A, this was the overall energy of the reading, and this is the outcome for Group B. So it's kind of like, and it's my card from my channel, Spiritual Rebirth Tarot. The Judgment card, or the Rebirth card. So starting a new life, finding your life purpose, and finding your life purpose, that's the purpose of this relationship, is finding your purpose. I mean, that is an amazing purpose for a relationship. Forgiving and compassionate review of the past. So, you know, I'm not condemning each other for where you've been, but only moving forward into the new. And finding your purpose, I do a reading that's a really great reading with life purpose. You know, you can look at North Node, numerology, and other methods, and pulling cards and stuff to help you understand your past lives and your life purpose. Your soul contract is what I call it. Kind of that reason for being here, why you're here on this planet, what you're trying to do and trying to accomplish. And so feel free to check that out. I offer them on Etsy. And it's a reading that I think you'll find very enjoyable. It's both a video and a written contract for you to read over time. So forgiving and compassionate review of the past, a new life. So the outcome of this relationship is new beginnings, new hope, new direction, new focus. And so even though things seem a little ethereal right now out in the wind, not sure where things are going to go, or in some ways they're a little strange connection, you're wondering where it's going to lead, it really has that beautiful energy of the new beginning. Okay, so let's we'll finish the reading here, and we'll head on over to the extended. We'll continue the story. We'll ask some questions more about a love type relationship. What does the other person think and feel? What do you think and feel? What secrets need to come out? Some of the blocks and fears in the relationships, and the what the higher self is trying to tell us in connections. So come on over to the extended. The link is below. And otherwise, any of the cards, if you're interested, or books, they're listed down below as well. And I will see you with the next reading, Group B. Welcome, Group C, to your reading. And today we're taking a look at a relationship in your life. And so if you've picked this group through meditation, if you find that it's resonating with you for the energy that you picked, then let's go forward in it. If you find that it's not, and you just don't feel right in your heart, you might try one of the other two groups. And so in this reading, we want to start out by looking at the Whispers of Love Oracle deck. So the beautiful thing about Whispers of Love is that it's not just ushy-gushy, you know, romantic type of love. It really has just any angle or direction that you might have of a relationship that has love in it. Because, I mean, we are loving, lovable beings, and we just really have a lot of that in our hearts. So here in the, you picked this symbol, and it's the protection symbol that I have in my home, and we can put Reiki energy into it, ask it to protect my whole home all the way around. And I have a feeling that this reading will be somebody in your life who's your protector, but we'll see. I definitely feel that energy in the, just even in using that as the symbol today. It just seemed correct to do that. So let's take a look, Group C. So I like to put Reiki energy into the deck and help us guide us to the right card for Group C, relationship. So the first part of the reading, I try to talk about a relationship in the sense of, you know, platonic or a love relationship, kind of like both aspects. In the extended, we'll take a look at some of the questions more specifically related to a love relationship specifically. So do something for someone. Give your attention to another. So what this card, you know, she's here. She's kind of like, you know, helping out all of the creatures, the forest, and helping them all to be blessed and benefited. And this card is calling, I mean, this could be a love relationship, it could be a family member, it could be a work partner. You know, do something for someone. Give your attention to another. So there are times when, by giving just a little bit of attention, a little bit of ourselves to that relationship and to that person, it really can make a big difference in their lives and our lives. And the underneath of the deck here is relationship patterns. Relationship patterns. So it takes strength to recognize the need for change. So it might be that with this relationship, that you need to, there's something that you need to give, but it's also in a way that is breaking a pattern that you've had. So for, you know, possibly it's a relationship that you've either had for a long time, or it's a relationship that's helping you to see the patterns that you've had for a long time. So it could be a new relationship, but it's helping you to see these patterns. So, you know, if it's in work, it may be that you find that you always either make too good of friends or not good enough friends with people at work. Maybe you tend to be kind of cold to them. And this is saying, you know, do something for them. You know, if you can't express yourself as clearly with them, at least find something you could do to help them feel more important in the workplace. And then in a love relationship, you know, we can do a variety of things, but what's best to do is to find out the 5 love languages and which one is the most important to them, and to give that to the other person, and then they will give to you what yours is. So if for you it's quality time, and for them it's words of affirmation, you know, so giving to them, you know, everything is important, but especially these words, you know, giving them these special words, meaningful words at unusual times, just out of the blue, saying something really kind and gentle and meaningful to them. You know, at the same time, you are more the type you need time. They may not need a ton of time with you for themselves. You may need it, but they may not need it in order to feel loved. But those little words really make a difference. So give to that person, you know, what they really need. And as it was saying here, you know, it could be that you have a pattern of only doing what you think will feel good or feel right to you. And there's something that you can change. So let's take a look at the card 41. Do something for someone. Give your attention to another. When you do something kind for someone, you create an opportunity for your relationship to be re-energized. How can you be considerate towards someone today? Insignificant things can have a big impact. Imagine how amazing your life would be when you are consistently doing kind and loving things for others. So I think one of the things that we really face and that we try to do in these relationships, like if you're at work and you work in a building that has a elevator, and so right now, you know, we're all wearing our masks. It's a little harder to hear, and you always, you know, you always hold the elevator for people. You always pay attention to those little things. It'll make all the difference in their day, and it'll give them a more positive day. So just doing those little tiny things on a consistent everyday basis really boosts yourself up and helps you to have better relationships. Okay, so let's take a look at the tarot that we're using. So the spread is a 9-card spread, and we're looking at some different questions here. The tarot that I'm using is this Archangel Power Tarot cards, and it's the first time to use this deck. I have to say, I'm getting more and more impressed with it. Really feeling the energies of the cards and of the messages. It has, instead of the 4 kind of like suits, it has the 4 archangels. And so these 4 archangels come to you and, you know, help to give these messages. And then each of the major arcana are related to an archangel as well, and their message. So I'm really enjoying these cards. I usually have the cards listed below in the description so that you can purchase one of those if you're interested. Okay. Okay, so I'll put some Reiki energy in the deck. They're cards you can tell on the back which way is up and down. So they're not the kind of card that you do in reverse. But I think the messages on them kind of give you the positive and the negative. And so you don't really need to have the cards in reverse in the same way. The underneath is the 7 of Michael, which is the 7 of Swords. So in this relationship, there is a better course of action available to you. Working alone may not be the best answer. Review all the details. Okay, so you guys have really been trying to do it alone. So whether this is, you know, a work environment or a love relationship or within the family, you know, you've been trying to do it all alone. Michael's saying, for one thing, I'm here to help you. I'm here to be your support and benefit. All you have to do is ask. But secondarily, you know, this whole relationship, you need to start talking to each other, doing those little things for each other, helping each other know that you're really there for their better good. So that's the overall energy of this relationship, is that there are better actions that can be taken in this relationship to help support each other a lot more. So one of those things can be, you know, learning about each other's love languages, learning about how to help that other person really feel loved and contented. And the cool thing is, it doesn't have to be just a love relationship that you use love languages. So you can imagine, you know, if somebody that you work with likes words of affirmation and every day you tell them something they did great, they're going to keep doing great. That same person, you know, if another person, you're telling them they're great, but what they really need is to spend some serious time with you. Or they need, you know, acts of service, you know, they need you to do little things for them that are meaningful. So it's important to learn about these people, and it could be the course of action you're taking just isn't working. And he's saying, pull back, take a look at the big picture and see, you know, what is going to work for you. Okay, so the first question is how you view your partner. And that's the 5 of Ariel. And this is the Pentacles. Ariel is the Archangel of the Pentacles. And the 5 of Pentacles is really that sense of lack. So you needn't to go through your current challenges alone. Oh, it's the same message. Help is nearby. Negative thoughts create self-fulfilling prophecies. So you see this person is trying to do things on their own when they should be asking for help. You see that as a real lack for them, and that by not being part of the team and not being part of the group, they're really keeping themselves from being who they could be. And so many times they have a negative perspective, or not seeing the whole picture, not seeing how other people could really help us, not, you know, doing something for someone, you know. So this person needs somebody to do something for them. But what they don't realize is help is there. You know, the Archangel Ariel is there. She wants to help them. So that's how you see them. How they see you. Page of Ariel. So the Page of Pentacles. So one of the first things I think of with the Page of Pentacles is that it's the slowest page. It's very methodical. So this person probably sees you as somebody who's very grounded, methodical, does things by the book. In fact, she is in, look at that, I didn't even notice that. She is in a whole bunch of books. So they see you as somebody who does it by the book. Reliable, clever, educated, balanced. So they really see you as a very balanced, gifted person, but somebody who's kind of very stuck in the mud in the way they do things. An excellent opportunity will be offered to you. Scholarships will come. Time to get to work. So they, you know, they see you as having a lot of opportunities, a lot of ways to work and to do things. But they kind of sometimes feel like that's a little slow or difficult for them to handle. So your needs are 3 of Gabriel, prosperity arising from wise planning, time to take the next step, optimistic plans that turn out as expected. So it's the 3 of Wands, optimistic plans that turn out as expected. So your needs are for things to work out. You need things to work out for all these things that you've put in order and in place and in a certain way to come to pass. You know, that things, you know, your ship comes in. And that's really your need, is that things will happen for you. And their need is the Empress. Okay, so the Archangel Gabriel, she comes as a messenger. She, you know, bright angel with a beautiful message. Time to act upon your plans. Creativity is rewarded. Luxurious or abundant resources. So your partner's needs are to have a lot of abundance and resources and luxury, and to have like the finer things in life, and also to, you know, to have that, you know, help and the balance that they need. They may also be somebody who needs to go outside into nature and, you know, spend time in that, you know, with the Mother Earth, which Empress can be, you know, the Mother Earth energy. So they may be somebody who needs that grounding and solidity in their lives. So the next one is the current state of the relationship, the 10 of Gabriel. So this relationship has a lot of stress and strain and struggles. So whether it's at work, at home, or in your love life, there's really a lot of burdens that you guys are carrying. And that's like the whole thing here, is that, you know, you're not alone. You're not alone. You're not alone. Ask your angels for helpful people. This is the third time it says do something for somebody, but then for the third time it says you're not alone. You aren't having to fight alone. So you both are feeling alone. You're feeling unhelped, unsupported. The current state of this relationship is that there's a lot of heaviness between you. Ask the angels for helpful people to lighten your load. Working too many hours, trying too hard to please others. So one of you may be trying to please, you know, somebody. One of you may be working, you know, being a workaholic, you know, trying to carry too much of this burden, and just both of you trying to do it alone instead of together. So whatever relationship you've been thinking about, that person is there for you and you are there for them. You both are very strong, capable people, but you both see each other as needing someone, but yet you are not being the person that they need. So the path that you would like this relationship to follow. The Two of Gabriel, make bold and ambitious. And this is, I had this before, exact same spot, with people who share your vision. So you are hoping that this relationship will help you follow your vision, but also give you someone who will share that vision with you. And so with all the stress and the strain of this relationship, probably the miscommunication, not knowing how to give the other person what they really need, both feeling really alone, your desire above everything else is that this relationship will fulfill the vision that you have in your mind. And for them, the Magician can manifest the life that you want. What you need will magically appear. Successful beginnings. So it might be that this person thinks that, you know, things should magically appear and that they are just going to be there. This is Archangel Raphael, and he's the keeper of secrets. It could be that they have a lot of secrets. It could be that they imagine the way things should be and they just think that things should be that way. And when they aren't, they feel very stressed and struggling and all alone. And both of you, I think, have a vision, but you haven't shared that vision with each other. And until, you know, he shares the Magician with you and you share the Two of Gabriel, you know, two of Wands with him, you know, your vision and his vision, or vice versa. I just say that because this is a picture. Well, they're both pictures of men, actually. You know, her vision, you know, her magic and his vision, until they combine and they come together and they connect into one entity and understand what the other person's looking for, it's not going to happen. And so the aspects of your relationship to consider: the Lovers, Archangel Raphael. Make choices from your heart, deeply emotional commitments, the power of love. So the way to overcome what you guys are dealing with right now is through love, true love, the expression of love, the expression of that longing that you know, if this is a love relationship. If it's a work relationship, it's still following your heart, knowing, you know, letting your heart tell you how best to help this person feel like they're not alone and help you feel like you're not alone. So trusting in the power of love, trusting in coming together, asking Raphael to come and help you bring balance back into your life. And the outcome is the Seven of Ariel. So you have invested wisely. You have worked hard on this relationship for a really long time. The fruits are there. It is a possibility, but it's only a possibility if both of you can set your visions and your dreams and your magical possibilities aside, face reality, and do something for them that is meaningful. Review your progress and make plans for your next endeavor. So, whatever is going on in this relationship, take a look and wait for the harvest. Take a look at where it's gone, where it's been. And I think that kind of what that's saying is that for some of you, it'll be time for you to look for a new endeavor. That you're coming to the end of a relationship that really just you two feel alone, you don't feel connection, and you don't have connected visions. And others of you will be able to look at it as review your progress and say, it's time for patience, it's time to try one more time, but in a different way, to do something for that person that's meaningful. And so I think for each of you watching this, there's going to be a different answer to that outcome, and that it won't be the same for everyone. Well, I hope that this reading was helpful. Please come over to the extended, and we'll answer some of these questions about, like, what are they thinking? What are you thinking? What are some of the secrets that are coming out? What the world sees in your connection? So come on over to the extended, like, subscribe, and share, and we'll see you at the next reading.